you achieve great heights anyway, even though your breathing was holding you back. But
Yes.
athletes can do that
Yeah,
be-
100%.
because they have buckets of willpower and determination.
Mm.
They're tough individuals. So they can override, factors, limiting factors. Um, I often wonder, does it catch up? I haven't figured that
Mm.
one out because could athletes then, if they have dysfunctional breathing or poor breathing, are they more prone to injury, which is possible? Are they more prone to overtraining, which is possible and
Mm.
happens? And could it lead to, just pushing it that bit too far on an extreme level, leading to maybe chronic fatigue, which I've seen as well with athletes?
Yeah, this is something I think about quite a lot, and particularly I think in the latter end of my career, it's going to be, you know, I think I've got two more Olympics in me, which is 8 more years. So I'll be 40 when the Olympics rolls around to Brisbane in 2032, and I feel by that point it's a show of longevity. Look what you can do if you look after yourself.
Totally.
And I think breathing better for me was a bit of a gateway into, really just focusing on health and
Yeah.
longevity in general. My interest in this actually, a lot of it's outside of sport. I want to, hopefully, live to a ripe old age and still be able to move and, keep my brain functioning well, all of that. So
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
but I think yeah, as I get older, I think it will become certainly like the messages I'm getting across and the reasons why I'm doing it will shift slightly.
Did you find, so you talked about your sleep improving, your recovery improving. Did your degree of breathlessness during physical exercise get easier? In other words, did you find that you could push yourself harder without the same intensity of breathing?
Yeah, I'd say
That,
so. So obviously, when I first started this work, it was I was trying to improve my ability to nasal breathe during exercise, which a lot of people listening to this podcast have probably tried it and experienced that first time, and it can feel impossible, right? And sometimes you've just got to take one step backwards to take a real leap forwards. Um, I think we adapt, you know, amazingly fast, to be honest. To be able to do it, in that sort of zone one, zone two level of exercise. But in my experience, I've been able to take it way beyond. I remember I impressed a exercise physiologist once when I went to. I was having some checks done on my heart. Everything was fine, but performed a VO2 max test. Um, and afterwards, he was like, "You were just nasal breathing that whole time, right?" So we took it right up to 85, 90% of VO2 max, and was maintaining nasal breathing, which for me, certainly when I started this, I thought that wouldn't be possible. I was like, maybe I can take this up to like zone one and two, which actually in my sport isn't super relevant. We're the 90 to 100 seconds event. So, it's like very high intensity. I wouldn't say that I'm nasal breathing the entire time, but if you see me take a mouth inhale, then I'm in trouble. I've lost a bit of control, and I'm really like attuned to that now and present. And actually, if that happens, I'll probably give it a forceful exhale and try to return to nasal breathing and probably slow my pace down a little bit. And it's amazing. It starts to make so many things make sense from like previous in my career. I've always been interested in the aesthetics and the technical side of canoe slalom. And I probably used to look like, the last guy who's going to make a mistake when I was coming down. I feel like I've always had that about me. People think I make it look easy, and out of nowhere, I capsize, or something dramatic usually would happen on the sort of ladder end of the course. And now I put that down to, not catching that moment where I've gassed. And, it was likely the respiratory metabolic reflex taken over, and it was like I was so fatigued, I kind of lost control of my core, and it was, yeah, I was basically rolling the dice every time I raced as to whether I was going to finish the course without a mistake.